For me, I was feeling a little bit something more deeper than the eclipse. I was feeling Saturn. Saturn at one point was a living planet, and we existed on it, but at a higher frequency vibration. What are you really ready to let go? What are you really ready to transform, to put behind you? What are you really ready to realize? The eclipse that's coming up right now as well, it's a powerful time, and I'm sure a lot of you are probably feeling the waves in and out. But then again, are you allowing yourself to be pulled by these vibrations, or you want to come back into your pillar? I know the eclipse is coming and everybody's focused on the eclipse. But for me, I was feeling a little bit something more deeper than the eclipse. I was feeling Saturn. Saturn. Why Saturn? Saturn is the planet of matter. It is the planet that connects to the four directions, the square. So in Mecca, right, the Muslims pray towards Mecca is because that square meteorite that is there, it's a box, it's a representation of Saturn. Jews don't do anything Friday to Saturday because it represents Saturn. So it's like, don't make any plans. This is the day that is a planet that wants you to relax and go deeper within yourself. But Saturn at one point was a living planet, and we existed on it, but at a higher frequency vibration, more of a gassy beings, more of fiery beings. And from that planet's existence, we come to this planet as through evolution of time, of the cycle of the 24,000 years to 22,000 years. So Saturn has been sending programs, you can say here, where we have basically evolved as these beings, but we also energetically, multidimensionally connect to Saturn. And Saturn plays a big role in our personality, because in that other dimension, we have created this part of ourselves which has an effect on this planet here, and this personality, in this life here. So Saturn is connected to matter, because anybody seen the pictures of a pyramid, a circle, and then a box? That is an indication of ether transferring itself from one dimension to another dimension into the physical form. And when you go inside of it, you see the box. So Saturn right now is playing this strong energy that's coming through, which brings up other timelines, okay, of personalities that have been developed there through the causal body. So those that don't know what the causal body is, the cause of your existence. The causal body stores information from all lifetimes, from the astral body, okay, and allows you to experience those patterns that you haven't fully realized, or you have realized, and those patterns are stored through heightened emotion. So during this time period right now, it's like, okay, what are you really ready to let go? What are you really ready to transform, to put behind you? What are you really ready to realize? May it be your family patterns or karma, or your multidimensional patterns and realizations. Because what happens is, as we grow spiritually, we expand awareness into the consciousness, because consciousness does not change. Okay, so what we're doing, we're expanding awareness. As we expand awareness, we start to realize our mother-father patterns, our family patterns, society patterns, universal patterns, and we continue expanding. So once we go through a certain 15 to 20 year cycle, we kind of finalized the karmic patterns of our family. Now we're stepping into something different. Now we're stepping into multidimensionalism. So multidimensionalism now, that it means your other lifetimes, past or future, they are existing here and now, and you're tapping into them. So sometimes say, I've been doing all this healing, but still something did not change, because that is coming from your causal body. And the causal body is the connection to all timelines. Through there, we can tap into different experiences from other planetary systems. So the different planetary systems that I'm referring to right now, we also have to go through our own planetary systems from the sun and expanding out through all the planets. So Saturn, with its huge belt, okay, and 33 moons, more than 33 moons that it has there, has a big effect. So can you imagine we have one moon and we go through a cycle and all kinds of emotions. Jupiter has 17 or 18 moons. So that's a lot of emotional waves that go through. So Saturn right now is coming to a point where it says, okay, I'm presenting this information to you. Are you ready to really transmute this? It's not pushing it away. You cannot push nothing away. The more you push away, the more you actually prolong to experience that. It is accepting it and understanding it from the higher perspective, because the higher perspective allows you to change it. But the personality perspective wants to prove its ego that it was correct or it was right. It needs to be this way. It is not about right or wrong. It is understanding the functionality of that vibration that you came to experience. And the reason it repeats itself is because you're choosing what's right or wrong. It's neither. It is the experience itself. It is the part of feeling. It is the part of diving into it and sitting with it. It is the part of loving and nurturing it. So there are 4 directions in Saturn, right? In a box. Have you guys seen the 4 directions of a bull, an eagle, a human face? You guys seen that picture where do you have different animals? Okay. Those animals represent the 4 aspects of each individual. Okay. They represent the 4 minds. Okay. The 4 directions. And they also are the different personalities within ourselves. And these personalities all need to come into oneness. This is also where the energy of Seraphim come together. The light of Seraphim. So through the 4 directions. The eclipse that's coming up right now as well, it's a powerful time for these eclipses, eclipse season. And I'm sure a lot of you are probably feeling the waves in and out. But then again, are you allowing yourself to be pulled by these vibrations, or you want to come back into your pillar? You should be aware of it, but it should not pull you. So, if I'm getting this right, there is a part in the brain that is called putamen. Putamen is a part that's connected to the midbrain. Do you guys see this kind of reddish, pinkish part right here? Okay. This part is called the putamen. Okay. That part of the brain, planet Saturn has an effect on it. So each planet has an effect to a different gland in the brain. And each constellation has a different effect of the nervous system in the brain. So Saturn affects that part, which has to do with our emotional part of the brain as well. So that is where the emotions are stored. trauma, pain events that took place, which created a heightened emotion, triggers that part of the brain, and it creates stagnicity in there. So that part of the brain is really felt, or that part of the brain feels the shift of Saturn. So if you say, oh, I'm feeling so emotional, it's pulling me here and there, that means you're not fully conscious of what's happening within your system. The deeper you dive into your system and understand the mechanics of it, you'll understand the relationship between the planets and the magnetic waves that take place between the planets and your being. So every single one of you are aware of what you truly want to shift. Now, don't look at it to let go, but ask for divine wisdom to understand. Because through divine wisdom, we have to come to love. Because if you truly understand it, then you will love it. But if you don't understand it, you will have resistance to it, and emotional roller coaster begins.